those kind of games are great for all of our brands in the athletic department and the university. So another really good one. Hopefully we'll have a lot more men's and women's basketball this season. We had our first blue-white scrimmage Saturday. It's usually one of the worst days in any head coach's life is the first inter-squad scrimmage, and so we have a lot of room to work on, but we got through it healthy, and now we've got a couple weeks before we open up. We'll have a kind of what you call those private scrimmages on this Saturday, and then have an exhibition game on the 4th. But I've been pleased with our guys. We've got work to do, but right now, knock on wood, we are healthy as a team, and that's a good sign, and we've got some new guys making progress. And we've got a big week this week. It's a fun week for our players. I mean, obviously, we have our tip-off celebration luncheon on Thursday at the Embassy Suites. Auto Art has sponsored our luncheon along with the help of TDK, and right now we're about 2 or 3 seats away from selling it out at around 700 people, and with Dick Vitale that at lunch, and then he'll be with us the whole day. And then we have Murphy Madness that night with Rick's team and the men's team, and I think that'll be another great evening, and our athletic department's done such a good job of promoting that. So we have our biggest crowd, and Dick Vitale will be there for that, and then he's flying back that evening. So it's kind of nice. It's we're all excited about college football, but it's getting closer and closer to our season.
Coach, you bring back guys also are looking at a couple of position battles, whether it be point guard or in the post. Can you tell us how those have gone so far, and has anybody really established themselves yet, or could you see a rotation all year at those positions?
You know, it's again, I think we'll have another deep team. I think it's we'll play guys based on if they deserve to play in the games, and it could be 8 guys. Sometimes it's been 11, and right now we would play 9 or 10 guys in our first game if we played tomorrow. You know, I think that a guy you'll visit with here in just a second, Ja'Cory Williams, has made a big jump. He had a great productive redshirt year. I love the way Ja'Cory's game has improved. I think he'll tell you he's even matured on and off the court in a great way, and he's really established himself as a good leader in our team. So Ja'Cory has been maybe the most consistent practice player we've had to date in the fall camp. Now, we have a lot of basketball ahead of us, so he has. Our point guard is still a work in progress with battles every day, and we've got a lot of time before that with Tyreek Dixon, a freshman, Quay Copeland, who played last year, and even played Giddy there some with Ed Simpson. So there's a lot of great competition going on in our practices every day, and I think that bodes for hopefully our team playing well early in the year.
Coach, it's been a few months since that incredible upset victory against Michigan State. How has life changed for you and for the program since then?
You know, I think nationally our basketball team has been recognized in some great ways, and that's been good for us. I think it's been great, just the stories you hear about our alumni, where you see them in airports or you see them wherever you may, and that, you know, how much joy they got out of that day and how much recognition just as a regular fan that they got from other people. And so that's good. But, you know, we've got 5 commitments in the recruiting process so far. I think that was a big part of it, along with great work with our staff. But what we've got to do is we remind our guys every day about the process you have to go through every single season. And that team went through some really adverse times, some injuries, tough losses, some great wins. And so right now we've got to get back focused on the process that it's going to take, you know, to hopefully have some great success again in March.
Coach, with replacing Darnell and Perrin, is that more if you need 1 or 2 guys to step up, or is it kind of a whole team thing that everyone needs to kind of step up and fill those spots?
Yeah, you know, those 2 guys had great years. Jaquan Raymond had a great year. And I tell you what probably missed, they're talented guys. And, you know, and Darnell's playing great in Germany. Perrin is playing great in Italy. Jaquan Raymond is back working to finish his computer engineering degree, a second degree. He would have had opportunities to go and play. What we've missed with those 3 guys is their basketball IQ. They're really smart guys. I mean, that grew into really understanding how we played. So some different guys, you know, Reggie and Giddy obviously have got to improve. And then those guys who played good roles on our team, that's what good programs do, from Xavier Haversham, Quay Copeland, Carl Gamble. You know, those guys have got to grow in to different roles, and so we hope that'll happen.
Coach, baseball players, they talk about them being a 3-tool player, 4-tool player, whatever it may be. it seems like the hallmark of your guys last year was the versatility that they had, and do you intently build guys that have that versatility and multiple tools to use?
It's a big part of our recruiting process, Chip. And these two guys that are here, Reggie and Corey, I mean, those guys will play the 5, they'll play the 4, and they'll play the 3 during the season. And because our spots are interchangeable, and it's what I think makes us a good offensive and defensive team. And so even in the recruiting process this year, we went back to versatility and big guys that can shoot and play with a skill level. And so I think that is made for us to have, maybe even against Michigan State, the matchups that we caused, because our 4s and 5s and 3s could all shoot big in size and drive it. And hopefully that'll be the case for our team.
You like the makeup of your non-conference schedule in particular. You only go away from Murfreesboro or Nashville twice out of 13 games.
Yeah, it's a great for our fans. I mean, we open up, with Milligan, and we're going to do a county school day at 11 o'clock. It's going to be a businessman special. We may be the first team to play a game in college basketball at 11 o'clock right here. And so I think that'll be a great day to start it. Then you got Murray State, Tennessee State, Toledo, and then go right to the Music City Challenge. So the first 7 games are within 30 minutes of Murfreesboro, and that's a great opportunity for our fans. And then we'll go to Ole Miss. And we start a 4-year series with Ole Miss and Oxford. So I like the makeup. I think it's some really good opportunities for us.
Coach, the commissioner said that one of the things she'd like to see from all basketball teams throughout this year is more non-conference wins. You guys came close against VCU last year, Georgia State, and others. How important is it for you guys to get off to a strong start this year? I know you guys finished strong last year, but are you emphasizing a stronger start this year?
Well, we went to the Alaskan Shootout and won the Great Alaskan Shootout, which was good. And I thought the Auburn win in Bridgestone was a good win last year. They were like 5-1. So, but you're right. As a league, we can all talk about promotion of the league, but November, December games for all of us. It's right on us coaches and it's right on us players throughout this league to try to have better non-conference wins and a better RPI. The bottom of our league has got to come up. And then teams that are at the top now, we've got to play better. We do. And so it's something I think all the coaches are aware of, because I think anybody, you talk to coaches around the country, and they know that the best teams in our league can play with anybody in college basketball. And we've done it the last 2 NCAA tournaments with UA beating Iowa State and us beating Michigan State, so we understand. But, yeah, November, December is huge 2 months for us.
You only returned two everyday starters, but you return a lot of guys who started some games. Do you feel? I feel like the Conference USA kind of overlooked that in putting you second in the preseason. Do you feel like you maybe should have been a little higher?
No, I understand UAB's position. I mean, UAB, they've got 4 guys, 7 are top 8, 4 starters back. I'm seriously, UAB can be a top 20, top 25 team. Their talent level and experience level fits that, and that's good for our league. But I think it's kind of where we are. Obviously we know what our expectations are, but we did have 2 guys sitting out, Ja'Cory Williams, who I think is going to be a really good player for us. We had a 6'10" kid, Brandon Walters, sit out, 6'10", about 265, and in our scrimmage he had 18 and 11. He led us in rebounding, so I think he's a true 5-man that is really making some progress. And then, like you said, from Ed Simpson, who got hurt, and some other guys who have played a lot of minutes on our team. So we like our depth, we like our talent, but if I'm just a casual observer, UAB is probably the guy on paper that you would pick first.
Coach, obviously you mentioned Ja'Cory stepping in, but you've also had, like you said, Brandon step in as a transfer. How is he kind of fitting into this team?
Well, Brandon, he came in weighing about 296. He was maybe one of the worst conditioned guys, and he worked really hard on his own. He lost about 40-something pounds. He lost almost probably lost with somebody maybe an 8th grader. He lost about 14 or 15% body fat. Now he's about 8.5% body fat, and so he's really matured. He's doing really well. And you can ask Reggie, who's been around here this is his 4th year. His talent level is really high, and so now he's just maturing as a basketball player and understanding all the things that go with it day to day at our level. He has a chance though to be a really good player.
Around this time last year, you mentioned that Carl Gamble was maybe the best freshman you've ever had. He didn't get on the court all that often as the season progressed. Was there a little disappointment on his production? And how's your current freshman class looking?
You know, Carl now is a little under 6'10", 230 pounds. He's a great young guy. That's done well in school. The last couple of weeks, I just think Carl's maturity level every day to practice, the sense of urgency is something that we have. But, you know, he's going to be a huge part of our team. He sure has a chance to start on our team this year, and he'll definitely be in an everyday rotation. But again, a lot of those things will be settled over the next 2 to 3, 4 weeks of practice.
Anything else for Kermit?
Thank you.